What if I told you that one man dreamed of lighting up the whole world long before anyone else believed it was possible? A man who saw electricity not just as sparks and wires, but as the invisible life force that could connect all humanity. His name was Nikola Tesla, a forgotten genius whose visions still power our lives today. This is the story of the man who dreamed the future and built it. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in the small village of Smiljan, then part of the Austrian Empire, now in modern-day Croatia. On the night he was born, a wild summer storm lit up the sky. The midwife called it a bad omen, but Tesla's mother calmly replied, "No, he will be a child of light." Tesla was the fourth of 5 children. His father, Milutin Tesla, was a Serbian Orthodox priest and gifted storyteller. His mother, Duka Mandic, never attended school but was incredibly skilled at creating household tools and simple devices. Tesla later said his inventive spirit came from her. From a young age, Nikola showed signs of extraordinary talent. He could memorize entire books, solve complex problems in his head, and visualize inventions in perfect detail without ever writing them down. But Tesla was also a fragile child. Illness often kept him indoors, but his mind never stopped racing. He absorbed knowledge from nature, books, and simple experiments. He wasn't just learning, he was imagining a world powered by unseen forces. Tesla's education began at Gymnasium Karlovac, where he studied math and science for 4 years instead of the usual 3. One day, his physics teacher demonstrated how electricity could make a small motor spin. Tesla was instantly captivated. He would later say that this moment shaped the direction of his entire life. In 1875, Tesla enrolled at the Austrian Polytechnic School in Graz. He studied obsessively, often 16 to 18 hours a day, and quickly impressed his professors. During a lecture about direct current or DC motors, Tesla asked whether a motor could run without commutators, the parts that wear out quickly. His professor insisted it was impossible. Tesla knew otherwise. Deep inside, he believed he could solve the problem. This question would one day lead him to invent the alternating current motor, or AC motor. But fate had other plans first. Tesla's family could no longer support him, and his health began to decline from overwork. He failed to complete his 3rd year and lost his scholarship. Unable to finish his studies, he left Graz, a crushing failure that nearly broke him, but not his dream. Tesla moved to Maribor and later to Prague, hoping to continue his education, but without the right qualifications, he couldn't earn a degree. In 1881, tragedy struck when his father passed away. The loss devastated Tesla, but it also fueled his determination. He promised himself to use his gifts to change the world. In 1881, Tesla found work in Budapest at the Central Telegraph Office, eventually becoming chief electrician. One day, while walking in a park reciting poetry with a friend, a sudden idea flashed in his mind, clear and complete. He saw, in perfect detail, a motor powered by a rotating magnetic field, a motor that needed no commutator. Tesla picked up a stick and began drawing diagrams in the sand. These were the first sketches of the AC motor, the invention that would change the future of electricity. In 1882, Tesla moved to Paris to work for the Continental Edison Company, installing and repairing DC lighting systems. He quickly impressed his supervisors with his fierce work ethic and brilliant problem-solving skills. In 1884, he was sent to the United States with a letter of recommendation stating, "I know 2 great men. One is you, the other is this young man." With just a few belongings and a dream, Tesla arrived in New York City. He soon began working directly under Thomas Edison. The two were both brilliant, but opposite in vision. Edison championed DC, which could only travel short distances. Tesla envisioned AC, which could transmit power for miles at a fraction of the cost. Edison refused to support AC and argued it was dangerous. The conflict grew, and Tesla eventually left the company. Broke and alone, Tesla took odd jobs, even digging ditches to survive. But in 1887, he found investors who believed in his AC dream. He founded the Tesla Electric Company and began building prototypes. Soon after, a powerful industrialist named George Westinghouse licensed Tesla's AC patents. Together, they launched the War of Currents, a battle against Edison for the future of electricity. In 1893, Tesla and Westinghouse won a major victory. They were chosen to light the Chicago World's Fair, the first World's Fair powered entirely by electricity. Over 27 million people witnessed a city glowing with electric light. Later that year, Tesla's AC system was chosen to harness the power of Niagara Falls, supplying electricity to cities miles away. The impossible had become real. Tesla had won the War of Currents. The modern electrical age had begun. But Tesla didn't stop there. He dreamed even bigger. In 1898, at Madison Square Garden, he shocked crowds by controlling a small boat with radio waves, the world's first remote-controlled device. Many thought it was a trick or even mind control. Tesla was decades ahead of his time. Next came his most ambitious project, the Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island. Tesla wanted to send not just messages, but electricity wirelessly around the world. He dreamed of a world where energy flowed through the air like music over radio waves. But his investor, J.P. Morgan, cut off funding when he realized the invention wouldn't be profitable. The tower was never completed. Despite this heartbreak, Tesla never stopped imagining. He went on to develop ideas for wireless communication, improved engines, airplanes, and even cosmic energy. But without money or support, most of his ideas remained unrealized. By the 20s, younger scientists and businessmen had taken the spotlight. Tesla, once a world-famous inventor, now lived a quiet life in New York hotels, feeding pigeons in the park and writing about science. He refused to chase profit. He wanted his ideas to serve humanity. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in his hotel room at the age of 86. He left no fortune, only 300 patents, and a legacy that shapes our world. Today, Tesla's ideas power our homes, cities, and technology. He remains a symbol of imagination, perseverance, and the belief that one person can change the world. If you were inspired by this story, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing stories.